The man on the left is not a racist. However, and I've probably done this video already, but I can't remember if I actually did it. I know I always intended to make this video, so if this is basically a copy of a previous video I've done, never mind, eh? But the man on the left here isn't a racist. He's working class, and he doesn't know how to properly express himself. And the chap on the right is a Vice reporter who's not working class, and does know how to express himself, but is very progressive. He's not deliberately misinterpreting what he's saying. I think it's just there's a clash of cultures here, and neither side can really adequately understand the other, and I might be able to act as an interpreter. Let's have a quick watch.
Why do you get upset when people call you racist, or when I've heard you say racist things?
Yeah. I don't think that's racist though. That's
I've heard you say you don't like certain black people because you think they're niggers.
Okay, certain black people means that he's not saying all black people, and the problem with racism is the inability to distinguish one from another. If you're in the process of actually distinguishing between two types of black people, you can't call that racist, because they're not saying all black people are that way, which is what racism is.
I'm quite thinking you said you said niggers.
I have,
you've referred to people as
because
dirty
you've got people that walk around, suck their teeth. I'm bad, I'm a gangster, I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, you're a nigger. Yeah, if you walk around.
See, he's describing a kind of cultural attitude, a way of acting that's frankly offensive and inappropriate. The way of acting, I mean, the way he's describing it is also offensive and inappropriate. But he's not describing all black people like that. He's saying there is a specific kind of ghetto person who goes around causing trouble, and he doesn't like that. And he calls these people, and because I've joined UKIP, I'm just going to say the N-word. He doesn't think that all black people are like this, and he'll explain this now.
You're just a general black guy.
But that's racist.
It's not.
See, it's not racist. He's just saying that if you're black and you just walk around like a normal person, he doesn't care. He doesn't care that you're black. He cares that these people are acting in a certain way that is provocative and will generally lead to confrontations. This is what he cares about. He doesn't care that he's black.
Racist. If you're a general black guy that walks around, you want to be nice, you want to be kind, you want to be acceptable, you want to join in what we're doing, then sweet, yeah? Same with Packies, yeah? To me, you're a Packie if you're a Packie.
But you understand that's racist?
No, it's not.
It's legitimately not racist. He's actually distinguishing between the label of Packie, which again I probably shouldn't say, but he's distinguishing between the label of Packie, which he has accrued a bunch of very negative cultural connotations. And again, from his point of view, he's thinking of people who operate in gangs and start fights with him and his friends. He's not thinking of someone from Pakistan who's just going about their business, wearing a suit, getting on with their lives, going to their job, looking after their family. He's not thinking of those people. He's actually not being racist here. So yeah, interesting that, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
So what if it's not racist then?
It's not racist, it's my view and opinion. It's what...
He's actually distinguishing between two different kinds of people within a certain race. How can you call that racist? That's the opposite of racism. It's just this guy doesn't have the kind of vocabulary required to be able to actually explain that to someone who's looking to just say, well, you've used a rude word, therefore you must be a racist.
What I agree with is
but your view and opinion is racist.
It's not. It really isn't.
It's not racist.
No, it's not. I don't think that.
What do you think racism is?
Racism is when you use derogatory terms against people, you use...
See, that was a terrible way of explaining what racism is. Racism is the inability to distinguish between certain people because of their race and have a hold of prejudice against them because of their race. He could have easily won this, but he's not the sort of chap who's had a highfalutin education. And I'm not trying to sound rude or condescending, it's just an observation. I'm sure I've done this video before. If I've done this video before, I'm really sorry. But this passed my timeline again today, and I was like, okay, I'm sure I meant to do this, but I'm definitely doing it now. But I don't think the Vice chap here, I've met him before, I met him in Berkeley. I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think that these people have difficulty actually communicating.
Yeah, but it's not.
Like you just did.
No, it's like I said, I'm not like that, right?
So what are you like then?
I'm like, I don't want refugees here. I don't want them coming into our country and raping our children, our grandchildren, our daughters, our mothers, our sisters. If they didn't come here trying to claim asylum, trying to claim benefits, trying to claim social housing, yeah? We want people that are going to come here and benefit our country, that are going to help out our country.
Do you benefit?
So that's interesting. He's actually pro-immigration if they're coming to be British, help out the country, benefit the country. He doesn't want them competing for social housing that this chap probably has himself. He doesn't want direct competition for what he needs to survive. And why should he have to suffer it? Why should he be in competition with people from foreign lands who have come here to take advantage of social housing? And obviously he's afraid of what migrants have done in the migrant crisis. And there's no denying that there's been a massive upsurge of crimes because of these migrants on the continent. So, can't say he's wrong, can you? That's the thing. But I wish I could remember what this champ's name was.
This country?
So it doesn't matter if he benefits the country or not. The problem that we have is that... I'd say the problem that we have. That's a bit of an unfair way of putting it. The difference is that this guy doesn't have a choice. He was born and raised here. He has no choice. He's not a citizen of another country. I'd be amazed if this guy's even left the country. You know, he doesn't have anywhere else to go. It's not fair to just make him suffer for your morality. And that's what I think he feels is happening.
Right now, no, I don't. But I'm entitled to be...
See? He's at least honest enough to say he doesn't, but he's right. He is entitled to be able to do that. That is an entitlement of a British citizen, which he is.
Be able to do that because I'm born and bred in this country. So I'm entitled to do that.
You have an entitlement.
Of course I do.
And he's absolutely right. Of course he does. Of course he does. He's an English citizen, British citizen. Well, I mean, you would never say that to a Frenchman. You think you've got an entitlement to the social services of your country? Of course he does. What kind of question is that?
How wouldn't I?
Yeah.
And he got you there, didn't he? And again, I'm getting to the end of this. I'm absolutely certain I've done this video before, but I don't care. I think stuff that has to be said. It's tough to acknowledge sometimes, isn't it?